Have you ever considered giving up on the OnlyFans content? So the entire process of you paying money, rewards, all of that, to receive more and more pictures or videos or whatever else of a woman that has absolutely no relationship with you. If the answer was yes, then here's me giving one insight out of a plethora of insights that are probably needed in order for you to succeed in that sense. Hi, this is Liana, Holistic Intimacy Coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your conscious and empowered orgasmic intimacy. So, this is a video that I'm doing to answer a request. 2 videos ago, I did a 13 crazy questions that I want to answer to. And one of those questions was, would I ever open an OnlyFans account? My answer was, if I were to ever open it, it would be to help men get out of their addiction to the OnlyFans content. Because that's an addiction and it's ruining their relationships, it's ruining their ability to hold relationships in the future, and it's just draining them of money also. It's a thought. So somebody under that video commented, please make a video about it. Okay, here's me making a video, and I'm going to start from the beginning by doing something that will probably kill this video's reach. Before I say what's going to kill it, I want to tell you why I'm doing this. There's nuance involved here, and I don't want to sell lies, okay? I don't want to... Everything that I do on this channel is more nuanced. Things are not as simple, okay? There are a lot of caveats that apply. And I want to be at least honest about this, okay? So here's the thing that's going to kill the reach of this video. I don't have a universal answer for you, and I can't guarantee that whatever you try, you're going to succeed in the way that you want to succeed. Are you still with me after that one? Great. You're one of the few ones that are willing to go into a nuanced discussion. Awesome. That's the first thing that you need, actually, for any kind of endeavor where you want to let go of addictions, whether it's cigarettes or smoking, whether it's drugs, whether it's sugar, whether it's porn, whether it's whatever else you're addicted to, gambling. So, first of all, there's not one answer that will fit everyone, because people get into this addiction for various reasons. And why are addictions in the first place? There's a combination of factors. One, society wants you addicted to these things because addicted people are the best consumers. Let's just say it. Empowered people pay less. So it's less profitable for people to have empowered consumers. So first of all, society wants you addicted. Number one. And you got to understand it. There are circles where society doesn't want you addicted, but those circles are not going to be so professionally looking because the funding is not as big. It's nasty that we're so messed up that it gets to that point, but if you want to go and get real support, it's not going to look glamorous because, like I said, probably there's not a lot of funding there. Okay? Empowered people are not such, I don't know, big consumers. That said, it is possible for you to become an empowered person and get out of any kind of addiction. There are people who succeed. Even if they fall back, they can still pick themselves up and move back again towards not being addicted to that. So just understanding nuance here is one vital thing. Secondly, there's probably something that happened in your past that led you to become addicted. One thing or more, okay? Something that you saw in your parents, something that your parents or caregivers said, which messed you up inside. Messed you up inside how? It made you doubt yourself. It crippled something in your self-esteem. It reached your soul in a negative way. It got you confused as to what is the best thing that you can do on this planet. Okay, there's a variety of things that could have happened, okay, not just one. And usually you can reach a better understanding of all these things in therapy. And therapy does take time, and a lot of men just aren't patient enough. Please understand, you were brought to that level of addiction in time. Okay, a lot of people, consciously or not, did a lot of stuff gradually to you and in the environment so that you become addicted. The second you are aware of this nuance, which is a big nuance, it's the second you're starting to understand that your recovery process, recover yourself, okay, get yourself back, okay, call yourself back. I actually have a practice about this on my Patreon. That's gonna take time and a lot of effort. The same kind of effort that a lot of people put in consciously and unconsciously for you to become addicted. That's why I said, if you can stand this kind of nuance, awesome. You're one of the people who gets to have the mindset that gets them to success. Okay? Secondly, it's about your self-motivation. Okay? And I'll go even deeper. It's about what you believe about yourself and your life. And that's a big thing. That is a big thing. And when it comes to failure and motivation or belief, I want to take my example because right now I don't have anything else. So instead of talking in fiction, I'd rather just dissect myself here. I hope you'll appreciate the effort and tell you from my embodied experience up to the level that I am, because I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I want to be genuine here, and if this helps, it's got to help in the real way. So when it comes to failure, I've had tons of it. Okay, tons of it. And right now, what I'm experiencing from my definition is failure. If you hear other people around me, what they say, they see the perseverance, the motivation, the stuff that I've done, they see the success. I, for one, because I got really high goals for myself, trust me, right now, I am still a failure. However, here's the however. Let me be more specific. In my view, I should have been with my channel and my work to about 1 million followers. And whenever I call for events, there should be like 100 people show up for in-person events. And when I announce the stuff that I have on Patreon, there should be like tens of thousands of people there. So that's what I would call success for me, because I know I got the hot blood to sustain it. However, reality is showing me something different. People around me are like, yeah, but you're not a failure, because we kind of see that this work is not so needed, it's not so wanted, and you're too correct about it. So yeah, actually you got really large numbers for the way you approach your work. Okay, so people around me wouldn't call what I have failure. I call it. However, I don't feel that I myself am a failure, just that the work that I've done so far has failed. There's a difference. Like I said in the beginning, I feel that I have the hot blood to deliver this. And that feeling, I can't explain where it comes from, other than that's what I believe. And my belief, from my experience, is that everybody has this kind of belief about themselves somewhere deep inside. Okay, everybody believes about themselves that they can succeed at a certain thing in their life, no matter what other people say. And that comes from innate gifts that we were once in touch with them and we felt them. And throughout our lives, they kind of pointed to evidence, or we had evidence to sustain that. But somehow these things can get easily covered up by a lot of negative messaging that is so prevalent in society. Okay? So for me, failure has a lot to do with the negative messaging that comes from society. And sometimes, because it's so much, it's super easy to let go of that one thing that is inside of us where we believe that we're super good at, natively gifted at. Sure, you're gonna say not everybody is gifted in the same way, even if it's in the same field. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean everybody can't have, or nobody can't have success. I'm not an English native speaker. I hope you get my point, okay? So my message is, even if we're not gifted in the same way, every single one of us can have success that will sustain us to have a thriving, fulfilling, beautiful, empowered life. Whether it's in our work, whether it's with a hobby, whether it's with a relationship or a marriage or family, something. There's something there inside of us there that is an unconditional resource that we were given by birth. Everybody has it, even if nobody has it at the same level. Everybody has an unconditional native gift that they were given by birth. Okay? And when we find at least that one, some people may have more, I don't know. I know that I got one. And for me, it's just the joy to show up long term and to inspire others in joy. Sometimes, yes, I also get covered up in sadness, in depression, in anger. Boy, you should see me on my anger days. Also when I have my PMS days. All right, so I got bad days also, but that doesn't mean that I'm not aware overall of my one gift that is to inspire through joy, through faith, to English, that I can go all the way with a goal that I had. And I've had this in the past when I was an environmental activist in my country. I've had at least two big projects that reached the entire country and inspired others. And doing this work has also inspired others, even if the return so far has been very low. Even if, okay? There's still a belief in me, I can do this. And it's the same with writing the fantasy novel. I also believe that I'm no Stephen King, okay? So I'm not gonna be or Dostoevsky or Kafka or, I don't know, Emily Bronte or whatever. So I'm not, or Jane Austen. I'm not one of those writers that are gonna be remembered centuries, or at least I don't know that I am. I mean, who knows? Like, never say never, right? So I don't think of myself in that sense. What I do think of myself in terms of writing, and I discovered this when I wanted to study in the United States, and I had to also learn creative writing for the application process there, and I discovered that I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, that's the root. And I discovered this when I was 18. Even if I failed, to study in the United States, I discovered that I also have a gift for writing. It may not be the best, okay? It may not be the best, but it is powerful enough to bring me joy and others joy. Like I said, everybody has some innate birth given by birth gifts. God, English is killing me these days. So everybody has innate given by birth gifts unconditionally, that when you discover them and you feel the joy, you can raise yourself to a certain amount of success that will help you get fulfilled. And that joy and reward that you get from that gift is going to keep you from falling into addictions. Addictions, like I said in the beginning, there are a cumulative process there, negative messaging, and the need of society for you to be goddamn addicted to things, because that's how you spend and that's how you keep some people in business and overly rich. Hey, slavery was that. There's a lot of conditioning there from society, but it's also coupled with stuff that has happened to you. That's why therapy is important. One, you got to have the awareness of what's going on in the environment and start seeing the messages that get you addicted. That's one. Two, you need to understand where you were wounded inside, and it is possible. Please have faith. Every single one of us can recover. So long as you are alive, you can recover. Maybe not entirely, but that doesn't mean you can't have a fulfilling, beautiful, peaceful life. And third, you, with all of those things, succumbed to the pressure, okay? Because there was something, these things combined, the need for you to be addicted, the negative messaging, the wounding inside, brought lack to you in some sense, okay? There's a lack somewhere. of joy, of satisfaction, of motivation, of something that fulfills you. That lack is easily covered with addictions. That's why one of the ways to get out of addictions is through substituting it with something that will bring you fulfillment. Even if at times you get low on motivation, again, nuance here. It's very important. You got to understand human nature. Otherwise, you want to give yourself a chance, a genuine chance. Sometimes that, whatever that thing is, it won't be so shiny. It won't give you so much energy. In those days, even if it's super raining inside your soul with thunders and all of that, the awareness that it's okay, it's just a bad moment now, it doesn't mean that in the long term I can't live beautifully and peacefully with this. Okay, so some of those core fundamental beliefs inside you need tweaking, massive tweaking. And that tweaking needs to understand human nature and the imperfection of everything. Even people who are high performing, they got their low days. They can fail, they can fall at a certain point. That doesn't mean that overall they can't get themselves back. Even if they don't get themselves back to the point where they were before, that doesn't mean they can't be well on their own. Like that kind of realization and the way that message lands, that's it, really. I know it's not sex here that I'm talking core motivation, core beliefs that can be applied to what? To cigarette or smoking addiction, drinking addiction, drug addiction, gambling addiction, porn addiction, whatever else kind of addiction you have. That's the core of it. Okay? So if you've stuck with me, this is a long video, and I'm not sure if I would really love to know how many people stuck so far. That's one thing. This is one of the things that is important. Obviously, it takes more. It's very complex, but please understand what got you to be addicted to it is also complex. You just weren't aware of it. So, can I help you in any way? Sure, with motivation. But the mindset, the core beliefs there, that could be something that you can start opening up in a coaching session. Okay, so if you want coaching with me around that, it's probably not going to take just one coaching session. It's going to take a few, obviously. You also need therapy. If you're addicted to something, a therapeutical process is also important. You can't skip it. Okay, please, you can't skip it. So, start looking for a therapist. There are a lot that you can discover online or in person, wherever you are. If you want coaching with me let's look at those beliefs, core fundamental beliefs about yourself, sure. There's one way you can do this through my Patreon. You just go there and there's a coaching question. That's the price for each coaching session. And you do it at your own availability. And when it comes to also getting inspired, well, there's a lot of inspiration in the good sense also. It's not going to be so professionally looking as the ones that are addictive to you, okay? Because there's less money involved there. However, it is possible. You can get it through YouTube channels, podcast discussions, what else? Documentaries, but those that are healthy. Entertainment is an addiction. Entertainment doesn't want you educated and empowered. It wants you addicted, hooked to look at more. Please understand. When I'm saying entertainment, I'm talking TV shows. You know, Netflix wants you hooked on those things. Their documentaries, some of them, yes, they can help you. Absolutely. There's educational content there, but it's not the majority. The majority is addictive content. You need to know. Okay? So, that doesn't mean cancel your Netflix subscription. Just, it means careful what kind of stuff you watch over on Netflix. I think that's about it for now. because I'm not sure how many people stuck with me. I would really love to know. Like, drop me a purple heart, okay, in the comments. Let me know that you've reached this far. And I'll see you with other videos. Bye.